Today is what?
As in, what day is it?
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday, the
November
20th.
20th.
1 week before Thanksgiving.
Hello, people. Hello, knitters.
Knitting friends.
Knitting friends.
There's so many of you out there who are so patiently watching these videos. That is so kind of you. I hope it's entertaining. You know who my favorite fan is? The dog Lola, who sat in front of the television set at his house and listened because he liked my voice.
My sister-in-law's sister.
Yep.
Sister's dog, Lola.
So Lola has met me, and I guess she likes my voice, and so she sat through the whole video.
I'm so excited that she recognized you.
Wow.
Yeah. I had a couple of friends watch it.
Yeah, you did.
Non-knitting friend.
And I had some friends who watched it just to hear us ramble on and converse with each other. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for watching. You can subscribe. People always say that.
Yes.
It's sort of implied, but there's way more people watching than have actually subscribed. So
yes,
maybe they thought it was boring, or they just didn't know that you have to hit subscribe, and then you also have to turn your notifications on, because now they make it a little one more step harder for.
Do you have to turn your notifications?
I think you have to hit the bell or whatever. I don't even know where the bell is. You have to hit this little bell that says, yes, I want to get notifications when this YouTuber has released a new video.
Oh. Ding ding.
I just always go back and check my YouTube feed, because there are certain channels I'm looking for to see if they've got a new video up.
Yeah. So, what you knitting?
I'm still working on a sock. There's the finished ones over there. Do you want to hand it to me? Or number one. I don't think I've actually shown it all the way. This is a Homespun House puddle jumper in plum merino, and it has a 16-inch leg because I wanted to see how tall I could make it. But you know what I realized when I was considerably far along with this one is I actually think I knit this in a bigger needle size.
Oh, than the other one?
Yeah, either I knit the foot with a size 2 instead of a 1, or I knit the entire thing in a size 1. Because comparing them and then counting the rows, this is a bigger gauge. And it fits fine. So that means this other sock's going to be a little tighter, which is just totally okay. But I don't know if I'll have actually enough. Well, maybe I'll have extra. I don't know how that'll work out if I'm using a size 1 with the second one, if I'll have enough yarn. And then somebody else asked me on Instagram, well, that's a really long sock. Are you able to make 2 with 1 ball? And I thought, I'm not sure I split it evenly beforehand. I don't know. Because I took this first sock on my camping trip in August.
Okay, it's been a while.
So I don't really know if I did it properly. It has a afterthought heel. And then a similarly made toe in pumpkin spice. But it's really okay, because I have so much Molly at Homespun House yarn that I'm really okay with having a different toe at the bottom. I don't care. So I know it's not a very good example of I made 1 pair of socks out of this one skein with a little bit of extra for that contrasting. I don't care. Sorry.
Well, okay.
I don't care about the pumpkin spice one either. That if that one has the same toe and heel, because I think I showed that last time. What I was going to use that blue yarn. I don't care, whatever. I just want them to fit, and I want to wear them and like wearing them. That's all I care about. So.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think that's because if I were to put boundaries on the socks that they have to be a certain way, I wouldn't probably finish them. So I can't have rules otherwise. Like this sock being a different gauge would probably be like, oh no, it's not going to be perfect. And then I wouldn't really want to do it. I have to not care about that.
You're coming to my dark side about not being
Not
a perfectionist. Woo! It's a good thing.
Well, that's what I'm knitting. I do have yarn I purchased that I could show you, and I also have a finished object.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pray tell.
Pray tell.
Bring it on.
I finished my timber cardigan, and it's been drying on the floor here for many days. It's so big, it's hard to show, but
It's cool.
it smells good because I washed it with my Tuft Woolens, my vetiver, and sandalwood, which is my scent, by the way.
That is going to be your
That's my
signature
Tuft
scent?
Woolen scent that I actually have as a perfume oil that I wear all the time, and I have it in the wool wash too. I really like the chai spice, but it's not actually available, and it's not a perfume. I have actually a perfume oil of it, but I like the vetiver and sandalwood better, or vetiver and cedarwood. Anyway, I'm going to try it on.
Ooh, we get to see it. I have not seen it on yet.
I haven't tried it on yet.
All right.
Because it's been drying until today. So I haven't.
It always has really long sleeves because she is a tall woman with very long arms.
I have monkey arms. And I have not sewn the pockets down yet because she suggested in the pattern that you wait until after you block it.
Ooh, that looks good with that outfit. I like the black and
black
gold.
and the yellow together. In fact, I should probably show it without the scarf too. Yeah.
Look at that. I love the lines.
The lines on it.
I like the details very much of that sweater.
Yeah. I made the collar longer, so I don't think it's going to sit up as much in the picture, but it's just a picture, so it's not like a living, moving, what will it look like when you're actually doing stuff in. But then it has the
look at that.
back. And then it has pockets. That I haven't sewn in yet. That will be right here. And I think I made it. Yeah, it covers my bottom. Everybody gets to see that. And it does cover my bottom. Yeah.
Three cheers for you.
And I made it in a size bigger than, well, I guess it really doesn't matter what. My size is really not a true way to say that because I wanted it to be bigger. But I also have bigger shoulders, broader shoulders, so I made the 34, I think. Yeah. So.
I like all the slightly colored yarn shade.
The flecks.
The flecks. Are they called flecks?
Well, this is probably, is it a tweed? This is Peace Fleece worsted in wild mustard. And yeah, I don't know if they consider it a tweed or not. It has little bits of orange in it. The other colors, the other dye lot that I got had greens in it. So I did not end up using that. Now I have 3 skeins of another dye lot that I can use for all of the orange. This is more of an orangey toned one, and the green one.
Oh, very close though.
It's close, but you would notice it in a sweater.
Yeah. Yes.
It's more green. At least it is to me. Less orange, more green. Anyway. Yeah. It fits.
It's pretty unique. There will be very few people out there with exactly the same sweater as you.
Well, you know, the place that I imagine me sitting and people seeing my outfits is usually at the library. Because that's where I spend the most amount of time. And they're like, well, I'll be at the library. So there'll be no one in the library with an orange sweater.
It's a beautiful library.
It is. In fact, one of the librarians came up and talked to me and said, I think you started a podcast. So maybe she'll watch it. She's like, oh. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm doing a lot of my Victoria's Wool stuff at the library. In fact, editing and uploading a podcast at the library. So. Yeah. Good. It does. It also fits me. It's nice to put it on over this linen thing because this linen dress is kind of bigger. Sometimes the linen dresses that I have kind of push the wool out or make it look like the wool, I don't know, just doesn't fit. So it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a small on the outside of a larger garment. Where you're like there's extra fabric underneath. It doesn't have a place to go. So it doesn't feel like that. So that's good.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. That's my FO. And then I have...
I'm going to show your wool.
My wool that I got had a yarn, and it was a yarn incident. I started keeping track of the days how many days I can go before I have a yarn accident. You know, like this workplace has had, it's been so many days, like 50 days since there was an accident. And so I'm calling it a yarn accident. Like I shouldn't have bought yarn, and I did. So this was a yarn accident. I'd gone 2 weeks. And I had a yarn accident. So it's okay because it's the Farmer's Daughter's Fibers.
That's okay.
And that's okay.
To have accident with Farmer's Daughter.
I have new labels with the rivets that are really cool. And then this is Moon Sisters in a new colorway that Candace did this month called Perma. So it has sparkle in it, but usually you can't see it on camera. So it's there in real life.
And it's copper.
It's
sparkle.
bronze, actually.
Bronze.
I think in the sun it looks really nice.
Really looks good in the sun.
Shiny. So I got 3 of those because I wanted to do a red shawl design. And I was looking for a particular color at Knit City, and I was just walking by booths being like, nope, they don't got anything. Nope, they got, because I could tell from not even walking in the booth that they didn't have the right red. And so Candace, she did it. She read my mind and knew that I wanted that. And then I got a skein of that same kind in Dumplin. This is Dumplin. That Tanya gave me. And I wanted another one because I wanted to knit a little, kind of like a little shawl, like kind of like what you're wearing. And I knew I didn't have enough. So I also got a different skein of Dumplin. Now I have 2. And they're slightly different, but I'm going to alternate them. So. Yeah. That's what I got. It
was a beautiful accident.
Hopefully. I did also buy Molly at A Homespun House's weekly advent. So she just mailed that the other day and hasn't come yet. But I'll get 4 50-gram skeins that you open one a week, and then she's written a pattern, and you follow the pattern with the new yarn every week. So that'll be fun. Yeah, I don't know what the colors are or anything like that. So.
The surprise.
And I couldn't get on the bandwagon to do an advent where you open a mini skein every day because those are usually like $200 to $300. And every time they were being offered by like Explorer Fibers, Instant Fibers had one, Molly had one, Homespun House, 6 and 7 Fiber had one, and some other people too. But that was never like, oh, I have $300 right now. I'd have to save up for it, I think. So I could do $60 for a 4-week advent. Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of Advent, you know, it's interesting that growing up in a German home, Advent was something we looked forward to that really none of my friends had any experience with.
Your American friends? My
American friends. And it was something my mother and father prepared for very diligently to make sure that the 4 Sundays before Christmas, we spent some time together in the afternoon, and that we had a krantz, which is a wreath made of boughs of fir or pine. We usually made them ourselves, and then that beautiful smell would come into the house when we brought the krantz in, and then we would put candles on it. And so we would always light one candle every Sunday before. I'm sure there are many Americans who do that same. tradition, but it was always pretty special in our home. And we're kind of, I'm enjoying having that word used and having people talk about it and kind of spin their own traditions off of it.
What's the thing called where you light the candles at the bottom and then it has the little little paddles that spin? What's that called?
Yeah, that's, no, that name has escaped me. I bought one in Germany, so it's made of wood, a light wood, and then it has
little wings or paddles that stick out.
So when you light the candle, the air flows up from the candle that's lit and turns it. And
it's usually 2 tiers.
Yeah.
And there's like little people. I don't think ours was a nativity scene. I think
ours is the nativity scene.
It
has 3 levels.
Yeah. I don't think you've used it in a long time.
No, I didn't pull it out.
I don't know if we're like a little afraid of it.
Well, it is.
Because it's a little bit of a fire hazard.
Just a bit, but.
Just a bit.
I'm going to look for it this year and see if we can pull it out. I just don't have a great place for it where I can showcase it.
Putting it on the piano is a little bit scary too, I guess.
Yeah, but anyway.
Maybe we could light it on Sunday while we're eating it on the couch and it can be on the coffee table.
That's a good idea.
We don't have to light it for very long.
Yeah. So, it's not very long until the first Advent, which is the 1st of December.
Yeah.
I found this cute Advent calendar at Target. Can you believe it? A Target special.
Little pockets.
It's just little pockets. And this is going to be perfect for us because we are not eating sugar right now.
Well, you came home and said, I got this, and I said, well, why don't we just put things in it that are fun and cute and they don't have to be gifts and they also don't have to be candy either. So I'm going to put some stitch markers in there and I might go get I've got a couple of crystals that I could throw in there and just make
You're supposed to surprise us.
Fill it with fun little things. I mean, only you and I care about it, so.
Yeah.
But your grandkids, and Johnny's kids might. Leah's probably going to poke in there.
Yeah.
And they'll wonder if there's any chocolate in there for them.
Not this year. So anyway.
But there's not chocolate in these little boxes?
Nope, this is not chocolate.
We kind of talked about maybe we'll put in a couple chocolates.
And I'm not telling what those little tiny packages are. You'll have to wait until
the 1st.
Yep.
So we're not eating sugar or flour anymore because I think the book is right here.
And don't be discouraged.
Don't be discouraged. You don't have to do this too. Lots of people feel like, well,
they're talking about something that I should
probably do that, but I don't want to do it. This is the book that we're reading. Bright Lines Eating by Susan Peirce Thompson. And we're doing it together because it's easier to stick to a diet with the person that you're eating with most of the time.
Yes. So
where you're on the same page about instead of you going without or me going without, and then there's stuff being cooked all the time that we can't eat.
So we are 3.5 weeks in, and so we're over all the sugar crave. At least I feel like.
Right.
We both feel like we're over the sugar cravings and the constant thinking about food.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, I know.
It depends on the day. Did you have a hard day today? Because I had a hard day. I'm hungry.
And it's been worth it for me. I'm feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing a little weight, and hopefully this is a long-term.
Yeah, it is. It's forever. People are like, well, are you sure? And I'm like, well, if it's not forever, that's just my personality. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
I either got to commit to it all the way or I'm just going to fall off the wagon and be at a cafe somewhere and be like, oh, I want a croissant. And then that happens again and again and again. And pretty much you're not doing what you say
that's
we're going to do.
Yeah.
So it's like absolutely. Like I went to a birthday party last week and they had apple crumble that I'm sure was delicious. And I wasn't the only one there not eating it. So... And I just sort of sat there with them. And one of the tricks so far that's worked is when you're going to go somewhere where you know there's food, that you eat actually ahead of time so that you're not hungry. That helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And we're supposed to be eating less. Like, we haven't finished reading the book, but there's a part in the book coming soon where we're going to have to weigh our food and actually eat less. Just because you're not eating carbohydrates as much extra bacon and large bowls of soup. Anyway, we're doing it early this year. Everyone says, well, why would you do it before Christmas and Thanksgiving? I'm like, no, that's the point, because we all always overdo it during the holidays.
Yeah.
For no reason but that it's there, and people like the amount of times where I've been at farmer's market and at the counter when we pay the market fee at the end of the day, someone's brought sugar. Either they got at market or was given by a vendor, or they brought from home because they're trying to pass off the crack to someone else because they don't want to eat it all.
What are you calling sugar crack?
Sugar crack
Wow.
cocaine. Like you are trying to like pass it off, and then the more you notice that, the more you will see people actually bring you stuff that they don't want to eat and they don't want it around them.
Yeah, I've done it too.
We will actually throw it away. They're like, I'm going to throw this cake away.
Ah, that's terrible.
But it's because otherwise it'll be eaten. So another one of the tips is, not from the book, but just from experience, is don't have it in the house because then you won't want to eat it.
Yep.
So we usually do it in January for like a month, and we just started early, and we're just going to keep on through. And our family will be sad around us. Well, you're not going to eat any pie? We're not going to make any. I can't wait to see the boys' reactions. When they find out that you haven't made pie for Thanksgiving.
Well, I've been warning them.
They know about it? Okay.
Please bring your own dessert, because I will not be making any when you come to dinner.
Because Johnny's boys have an obsession with whipped cream.
Yeah.
That they like to eat it on the pie, and then they like to put it on a plate and just eat it by itself. And then particularly one of them gets really sick every time.
Yes.
We're like, well,
too much.
Maybe if you had a little less whipped cream, you wouldn't feel this way. He gets a lot of teasing about food. It's really hard not to, because the way he eats meat, especially, too, is really funny. He just kind of tilts his head and, like, sucks it up like a dog would. He's not going to watch this, right?
No, he's not going to watch it.
Maybe when he's older. Poor kid. What are you drinking today? We both have Christmas teas.
Yes, found them at the store.
And you bought them both. And I had actually been looking. Anyway, she bought two of them, and we both like one. So we're probably not going to try the other. I tried it, but anyway, I like the Bigelow peppermint bark. And
I found Christmas in Paris. It sounded like such a cool name. But they both have
very similar.
It's the cacao, the little bit of chocolate, that makes it dark colored, and then there's mint in both of them.
Okay. Yeah. And cinnamon is supposedly in mine because it's called cinnamon bark, right? So, peppermint bark. Never mind.
It has no cinnamon.
It doesn't have cinnamon in it, but it should, because I think it would be better. But I tried. Did you try that one first? And I tried this one first, and so it's like I don't like that one. They're really similar though. But I looked at the Bigelow website last week because I was writing show notes for the episode we did previously where we were drinking the peach, and so I looked, and that came up, and I'm like, oh, the tea websites are hard for me to know. Buy tea in bulk. 24, like 6 boxes of
6 months of
18, and then I never want to have that tea again. So yeah.
So I'm doing some Christmas knitting.
Oh yeah.
Yes, don't tell. And and so this is going to be
another capelet,
another 7th sister capelet, and I'm trying to use up some ends of yarn that I have around. So I had this lovely gray, and then I found this alpaca, and this may be really too soft. I don't know. It's doing okay. But
it to hold up, it's just going to drape down.
Yeah, it's going to be really
the way
drapey.
You've been wearing them are kind of stretched over your shoulders, so it might be fine.
So I'm hoping.
That's a blue sky alpaca. Blue sky, yeah. Blue sky yarn. They came in a little braid.
Yeah,
really
it did.
cute.
It was really pretty. And then it will have at the bottom. I'm going to bring the yarn that I had for my gloves.
That's a Magpie Fibers swanky sock.
Swanky
I don't
sock.
know the colorway though. You have to put it in front of our faces. Focus on. Yeah, there you go.
That's going to be at the bottom of this. Anyway.
Yeah.
and it's a neutral. I didn't want to make anything too bright for a gift because a lot of people.
Is it for a woman?
Yes, it's for a woman, and a lot of people.
Is it for a?
I'm not telling you who it's for.
I'm just trying to guess, and
you
then
want to
think
guess?
how I could get you to confirm without revealing who it's for. Wink twice if it starts with a A.
Nope, I'm not. Anyway, are you gonna knit anybody anything for Christmas? Oh, I wish you'd help me make those darling ornaments of Susan
B. Anderson and her little wreaths.
These little mittens.
Well, probably
and
what
trees.
needs to occur is I need to pull out yarns, scrap yarns that we can use for them, and like kind of leave them around.
And
so
I need to
pick up.
Learn to work with 4 double-pointed needles.
Yeah, you probably have to buy them. Well, you asked me if I had them, and you didn't know what size you needed.
I think she said a 2.
Mine might have a 2 maybe for socks. I might, but gosh, 2's really small. Are you sure?
Well, these are little tiny.
Well, we can make them bigger.
Ornaments.
Can't we just make them with bigger yarn and bigger needles, and they'll just be bigger?
They're cute because they're little. I want to knit a little sweater. I've been reading the instructions, and I love when she says in the instructions, it's time to separate off for the sleeve. And I thought, well, the sleeve is like this big.
3 stitches.
Yes. But yeah, you only cast on 8 stitches, and so you've got 2 on each double-pointed needle. And you work.
You're gonna hate that, but you have to have that experience for yourself.
Anyway, that's maybe we could get a few done for Christmas.
Yeah, that would be cute. You want to hang them on the mantle?
Yes.
Okay. Across the mantle. Yes. I'm really into garlands.
I love garlands. Yes.
And what did I get you for your birthday?
A garland
of
moons and
tell the people
moons and stars and
clouds
in kind of.
It was in a
Thanksgiving shades.
Felted wool.
Yep. And it's really pretty.
From Baad Anna's Yarn Shop in Vancouver.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't have any knit. I mean, I have a hat that somebody asked me to make for them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a Christmas thing. And then I have that Forager sweater by Melody Hoffmann. That's Christmas green.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Christmas present, but it's a Christmas knit. And then the other thing I was going to knit for holidays for myself is the As If tee, and I'm going to knit it in black.
Mm-hmm.
This is Isager, Mohair, and this is Far from Woolfolk. So it's going to be that it's kind of like got a shape where the worsted weight comes up here, and then the mohair is across the top. So I might start
gorgeous.
Start that sometime soon. It's funny because last night I was thinking, I want to start my Ingle sweater. I got some yarn for Ingles right here, which you can't see because it's black. I thought, well, maybe I'll start the Ingles, and then I'm like, well, but I have the Forager, and then I was going to knit that other one, and I'd really like to do my Ghost Horses by Caitlin Hunter. So
just say you're going to do it tomorrow, because tomorrow is not here.
I'll just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow means
not today.
any time in the future.
Yes, tomorrow. The sun will come out tomorrow. But it came out today.
I am still working on my Meet Cute shawl that I showed a peek when you were here last.
Mm-hmm.
But that is taking me quite a long time to finish it. Because it's large now. Mm-hmm. And it's a big, bulky shawl. So it actually takes quite a lot of time to move across. It's probably going to be 5.5, 6 feet. Wow. It was going to be a shawl, and now it's going to be a blanket shawl. Mm-hmm. Because it's so large that I think wearing around someone's neck would be probably comical.
And hazardous to your neck.
And hazardous to my neck, because my neck doesn't like big.
Might need chiropractic after.
So anyway, it's now a blanket shawl. It's still going to have tassels and everything, and you can wear it over your shoulder. And you can wear it around your neck if you want. I'm sure it'll look cute that way. It's just going to be more like a blanket.
Well, I finished this one,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we had kind of a funny discussion about this. I think I showed this at the last one.
Yeah, you showed 2
And
episodes ago.
I think that what I find unique in there is that a Homespun House, I used a Homespun House speckled called Shut Up and Drive. And then Molly offered the same speckles in a mohair. And I just had an idea, which I didn't know how it would turn out. But so as I started carrying the mohair with this tan Malabrigo, what I found is that the speckled in the mohair would just come out like a shadow, but enough that it really looked good with the other more speckled yarn. Anyway, I love it.
I like it.
And somebody else loves it.
I turned into a gremlin. I put it on a little.
She just likes the mohair.
You're never gonna get this back.
And then she made this
and then
mistake.
I posted. I wasn't a mistake. I posted on the Instagram account me wearing it and saying, "Should I steal it?" And everybody reacted really intensely.
Thank you for all of you who said, "Please don't steal from your mother."
Well, but then also nobody knows that you've had my find your fade shawl for 6 months.
Yeah, it
downstairs.
is in my knit basket.
And lots of people have said, "Oh, that's so pretty." And one person you said, coming to comment, "Oh, your daughter should give that to you."
Yes.
And I was like, well, it costs a lot of money. So
she may.
I'm not gonna steal it.
She may wear it.
I may wear it.
I said, I still want to wear it too.
Well, you were thinking about giving it away.
That's
the thing. We had that conversation last time where you're like, I might give it away. And so then when I put it on, I was like, no, you can't give this away. I want it.
And you know what's funny is you liking it made it more valuable.
Oh, there you go.
All of a sudden I thought, whoa, this is a really good knit.
This is nice.
Maybe I don't want to give it away.
Well, it's the mohair too. You wrap it around yourself and you're like, oh, I never want to let this go. And I'm not the only one because those gals came over and I made them try it on, our friends, and they also were like, I'll just sit here for a little bit.
Yeah. So
mohair has that effect on people.
Anyway, that's fun.
I think there should be some more mohair in our future.
There will be. Definitely.
Oh, I think the last thing I wanted to show, I got this app yesterday from Tanya that is called Countdown, and it allows you to make a active countdown for anything you want, including Christmas. This is Christmas at Hogwarts, and there's a counter that tells me how many days there are till Christmas. And then you can either look forward and say there's so many days till this happens, or it can say there's this much time has elapsed since this happened. So I also have one for my yarn accident. Last yarn accident. Which was 5 days ago, 12 hours, 31 minutes, and 52 seconds ago. So if you're like wanting to keep I also have a knitting deadline on here. And our no sugar, no flour trackers on here too. And it comes up in your the front of your phone where you can pull down and it'll give you news things. It also sits down there. It'll be in
your notifications?
Yeah, it's down there, and it's in
That's
a
cool.
few of them are listed as you can check in. Yeah. So to motivate me to not buy yarn and to finish my deadline.
I might have to put a countdown of how many days it's been since I stopped eating sugar and flour.
Okay.
I know you showed that,
didn't you? That. I just want to make sure you heard me. You heard me say that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that you know also.
Yeah.
And you can see it. And then it becomes easier to calculate a decision about what you're about to do.
Yeah.
How many hours has it been? How many days has it been? Do I really want to break that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I had broke my yarn buying for Molly's Advent because I had gone 2 weeks, and then I broke that, and I bought that, and then I bought the farm starter. Because once you do it, it's like, whee! Spending! So you gotta have a counter back. Yeah. Oh, did you want to show the tree?
Oh, I have this lovely...
You should grab my pocket owl while you're over there, too. The little guy.
I have this lovely ornament that it was made by my friend Garna. And I pull it out at Christmas So I was just bringing it downstairs. And she made this with pieces of sheet music. So it's perfect for my music area where my students come. So she just cut the pieces of music in different squares and used some pinking scissors to go around it. And then this is like a little pot, and there's a dowel that she's pushing it through, and she's putting
there's cardboard in between.
Cardboard in between so that it has, maintains its shape. And there's a dowel.
Some space.
And then there's a little top. Anyway, I was, every year I think, gosh, I should make a few little ones to be best friends with the big one.
That one. It's beautiful.
O Tannenbaum, wie grün sind deine Blätter. Well, die Blätter sind nicht grün. They're music.
Yeah. Oh, and then I have this. Use my cup. This is a pocket owl that my friend Alethea made me, and it sits in your pocket, and keeps you company. It's really cute.
Did she knit it?
She sewed it, and I think Alethea may have hand stitched it. Anyway, it fell in my pocket the other day. I hadn't seen Alethea in months, and we were at a cafe on the island, and we were leaving, and it was dark, and it was raining, and somebody had asked me a question, and I was distracted to pull my keys out of my car and felt something fall, and I looked down and I didn't see anything, and I didn't know what it was, and so later when I was falling asleep, I realized it's my pocket owl. So I went back to the cafe the next day, and I didn't even have to go into the door. It was literally sitting underneath. They had a sliding door on that part of the cafe, and it was literally sitting underneath the sliding door. I could see it from like 5-6 feet away, like just sitting there waiting, going, "Oh,
she abandoned me.
You were waiting for you to come back." So he's been sitting on the heater. He can dry out. Yes, Vanessa's here again, so we should sign off.
We should sign off, but thank you.
Yeah, we won't see you, but you'll see us. So thanks for watching again.
Bye.
Bye.